Face it, you're never going to get my power.
Do I look like I need your power?
Hey everyone, we're back, and today we're talking Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
That's right, everybody. Is this speedy little hedgehog going to have you cling into the edge of your seats for excitement, or is it going to have you racing to the exit? Stick around, because we're about to find out.
All right, let's get into some Sonic 2. Billy, who's in it?
First of all, before we get started, in the Sonic fashion, we're going to be filming this bad boy in double speed.
Oh, yeah. Why you sound like a chipmunk?
Yeah, you want to sound like a chipmunk? Yeah. And so you think I talk fast enough as it is? Wait till you hear me in double speed, right? You ain't going to understand a damn word I say, but it's going to be great to watch. So we got James Marsden back, right?
Love me some James Marsden. He's looking kind of old in this.
He is getting a little old.
But that scene where he's flexing, like he might be buffing the other dude.
Yeah, he's looking like a dad now, right? He's playing Sonic's dad in this. He's starting to have a dad look to him, We got some Jim Carrey back. Jim Carrey back is Dr. What's his name?
Robotnik,
Mr. Egghead. Yeah, love us some Egghead. We got
we got Tails, we got Sonic, we got Knuckles.
We got Shemar Moore, who taking a little cameo in this, who was really big back in the days in like soap operas and stuff like that. I know the women loved him, so Shemar.
What? Some Elba playing some Knuckles.
Idris
Elba
like playing Knuckles. Yeah, man, love Idris Elba.
He has a good voice.
Women love Idris Elba too.
Who doesn't love him? That's what I'm saying.
That's right. I love Idris Elba. Yeah. So let's get into it, man.
Yeah, and you haven't seen the first one, right? And I have.
Yeah. So I tell you, man, going into this one, not seeing the first one, I was hoping I wasn't going to be lost. But I think they had enough mentions from the first one to kind of what goes down in this to where I kind of understood what was going on. So I didn't feel too lost watching this, not seeing the first one. I think they did a good enough job just throwing a little bit of that one in here to kind of get you up to speed. And I say, okay, I kind of got a good idea of what's going on here as far as how Sonic ended up where he's at. So
yeah, I thought we were going to have to wait until Top Gun Maverick to see some shirtless volleyball, but Sonic gave it to us.
Yeah,
some beefy guys playing some volleyball with shirts off. I mean, Sonic beat Maverick to it.
Yeah, he did, man. You had old Shemar Moore and his team of boys there, freaking tearing it up, man. Beating James Marsden to a pulp on the volleyball court. So.
And there's some good jokes in this that I appreciated. They brought in the Rock and Vin Diesel feud, and I thought that was kind of funny to mention that. They've been fighting for centuries, like the Rock and Vin Diesel, and I was like, that's hilarious.
Or when Knuckles is chasing Sonic down the freaking down the ice, and Sonic's like,
oh, great, the Winter Soldier.
Oh, great, here comes the Winter Soldier.
The Winter Soldier. I love that movie, so any reference to it, I appreciate.
Absolutely, great movie. So yeah, man, I went into this honestly not expecting much. I didn't watch the first one because I didn't think. I don't know, man. I just wasn't, for some reason, I just didn't think I was going to be a fan of it. But then watching this one, I'm like, wow, maybe I need to go back and watch the first one.
Well, we're Sonic fans, at least of the video game.
Oh, I did,
we grew up in that era with all that.
Yeah, I love me some Sonic when I was a kid.
It's good. It brings a lot of nostalgia. I like how they sneak in some of the ring sounds and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, and I enjoyed just, the characters, and kind of the way it plays out in this. And I like how they brought Tails in here. I like Knuckles. I thought they did a great job. I thought especially just the comedy with Knuckles' character, right? Because he's just very, I mean, he's the last kid in the warrior, the last of his tribe, alive. And you can tell he's just like very soldierly, very just straight-laced, straightforward. He doesn't get a lot of comedy and stuff like that. So it's pretty funny. It is
funny with Dr. Robotnik, though, and how they play off kind of each other was brilliant. I mean, Jim Carrey plays Dr. Robotnik.
Perfect.
Great in this.
Oh, yeah. Great job, Jim Carrey.
If Jim Carrey wasn't in it, I don't know if this would be the same movie.
Nah, probably not. No, unless maybe you had Ryan Reynolds playing Robotnik.
No, not many people can do what Jim Carrey does in this fashion. So, and he's bringing it for this.
Yeah. Well, even his little sidekick, I thought was pretty good. I guess he was in the first one too. But I liked him in this. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool little dynamic between him and his little sidekick. And I thought that was good. So,
and I'm not gonna lie, this obviously is meant for kids, and at times it feels like a kids movie to me. And I wish they kind of did more of a Toy Story and worked it for adults more. But it is a kids movie.
Oh, totally a kids movie. And I tell you what, so I got to actually go to an early showing and viewing of this. And the theater was packed, and it was 80% kids, man. Like parents bringing their kids. And so holy cow, man, it got loud at times, and then it got really loud at the after credits at the end when they give us a shot of what's gonna happen next, and it exploded, man. Like you thought all these kids just all had a birthday party at the exact same time.
And there were a lot of kids in my theater.
Like it was everybody's birthday, man. When they showed that after credit, man, these kids saw what's coming up next. They were just like, wow! I'm like, oh, what the heck? What's going on?
Yeah. So part of this movie it was like, it's a kids movie, and it's not that great. But when you kind of settle your mind on that's a kids movie and let loose, it's a pretty fun movie, and it's got some enjoyable characters for sure.
It was a fun movie, man. I can say it's probably one of the most enjoyable movies I've seen in a couple months. I mean, we reviewed some movies recently that I don't think we've given a movie a really good rating in a while. Most recent movies we've seen recently are kind of like, it was okay. This one I had fun watching. I had fun watching this movie. I like the dynamic between all the characters, and even like when they're in Siberia, right, and they're doing a dance off between this dude comes out there all bumping stuff. You think they're about to fight, and he starts doing his dance moves.
Well, it does kind of throw me off because in the beginning there's it's not like a superhero chase scene, and Sonic takes over like a runaway bank truck or something like that, and he's turning and throwing the crooks around, and they get knocked out, but the cop's in the back too, and he's not knocked out. So there's little things like that if you think hard enough about, you can find a lot of flaws.
A ton of flaws, yeah. But
they're in Siberia, and it looks like they're in Antarctica or something like that, and he just stumbles upon a bar or something, and it's packed.
Yeah, everybody from whatever village is all this bar together.
This seems like a Shrek 2 kind of moment or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just kind of mindless fun, though.
Exactly, makes sense. Kids movie, right? Kids don't care about that stuff.
Exactly.
Stuff adults will pick up on, like, come on, now it's crazy. The kids, he's eating it up. Kids are loving it. Kids.
And the dance scene was fun. There's a lot of good music all throughout this movie, like a lot from the 90s.
It seems like they made Sonic's favorite music 90s music, which is funny because that's the Sonic time frame, right? The early 90s, you know, when Sonic really came out, and, you know, got big with Sega and everything. So it's kind of funny that they threw that era of music in there, Sonic's favorite music.
I love even the way it starts off with like the tricky song, which fits the Sonic stuff, and just kind of get you pumped up for like some Sonic. So.
Oh yeah, man. No, it was great, man. I enjoyed music. I enjoyed, like I said, it was a fun movie, man. This was a fun movie. I didn't walk into this movie expecting to take it seriously, and I didn't take it seriously, and that worked out for me because it let me enjoy the movie. You know?
And who doesn't like some Knuckles and Tails?
Oh, dude, exactly. Yeah,
I mean, Knuckles as a villain, it works really good for this because the stakes are up with Knuckles, and he can like seemingly wipe the floor with Sonic for the most part.
Well,
so.
and that's a part that didn't make sense either. In the beginning, he does wipe the floor with Sonic. But then later on, when they're fighting, Sonic kind of wipes the floor with him. So it's like, I don't know if Sonic grew that much in a matter of a week or two.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
But, you know, so that kind of threw me off a little bit how much Sonic.
But he was kind of ambushed in the beginning.
Yeah,
and kind of unprepared, I guess.
That's true, too. But remember, he did his super spin, and Knuckles just flat out stopped him and just slammed him into the ground, you know. Whereas later on in the movie, that didn't happen.
Well, Sonic can always run faster.
That's true.
He always got a gear he can go to.
Yeah, evidently, he does, because he finally he hands Knuckles, you know, his, Knuckles can't stop him at the end. It's like, what? So that kind of threw me off. But again, it's a kids movie. Kids enjoy that, you know. So I didn't hold it against the movie. I was like, okay.
The other thing I thought didn't make a whole lot of sense is they're trying to get this Chaos Emerald, and why is it on Earth? They never really explain that.
No, they don't. They don't explain why it's on Earth.
You know, because there's multiple dimensions and stuff out there and planets, and I'm like, why is it on Earth? Why'd you hide it on Earth?
Yeah, and the purpose is evidently the Echidna Warriors were like trying to take over multiple planets and stuff. So the Owls kind of defeated them a little bit. They took the Chaos Emerald from the Echidna Warrior, or not Chaos Emerald, what's it called, the Ultimate Emerald, whatever this thing's called. And you know, they took it away from the Echidna Warriors, and like you said, they hid it on Earth. You know, so now Knuckles is the last Echidna Warrior trying to get his hands on it to redeem his family and redeem his honor or whatever. You know, but it really didn't explain what he plans on doing with it either. Like you know, because you kind of find out Knuckles actually.
Yeah, I wonder what he is doing.
What was he planning on doing?
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know.
And you never really tell you what he was planning on doing once he found it. You know?
The other weird part is like they fought for centuries or whatever it is over these stones or emeralds,
Chaos Emeralds,
and then so the Owls are like separating them where his race is trying to put them together, and then at the end he was like, yeah, they need to be separated and protected. I'm like, yeah, well, that's what the Owls are trying to do all the time, man. What are you talking about?
Exactly. And now we're the new protectors, you know.
Yeah, so I'm like, huh?
Yeah, so now Sonic
that didn't make a whole lot of sense for me from the Knuckles standpoint. Like, that's where the beef is, my friend.
Right,
you know what I mean?
But it does try to show you him like growing as a person, I guess, and understanding why the Owls did what they did, and trying to understand like what it really means to have a close-knit family and all that stuff. So I mean, I guess they try to explain that. And for a kid, you know, kids don't care anyway; they're gonna eat it all up, whatever.
And I love what they did with Knuckles. He was a very enjoyable character. The way he acted.
Idris Elba did an excellent job playing that
and
character.
Tails too. I mean, Tails has always been a cool character. I remember when
I
Sonic 2 came out, and you're like, holy crap, you can play this game co-op.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
and everybody's like, I got Tails. No, you had Tails last time. I get Tails. You know, so everybody's fighting for Tails. Oh yeah, man, it's great. It's just nostalgia, dude. What great fun those games were, man.
And that's what this movie did a lot for me. Is it brought back that nostalgia, and that's worth a lot to me because that brings me back to my childhood. So I am willing to forgive it for a lot of stuff because of that.
Yeah, you mean both, man. This is probably the best kids movie I've seen in a while. What is the best movie I've seen in a while? We reviewed quite a few movies lately, and this one was probably just the most. It's probably giving the most enjoyment out of any of the rest of them we've seen, I think, at this point. Because it's just, again, like I said, I walked into this not expecting much. Just knew it was just going to be a carefree kind of movie, and that's exactly what it was. But they threw exactly what you needed to for it in there, and you know, and I was enjoying it. I mean, and you could, there's other things you got to forgive. Like first of all, you know, that Master Emerald supposedly basically make you immortal, right? Where you can do whatever you want, and yet the way Robotnik uses it, he just builds a bigger robot which gets destroyed. It's like, dude, you can do all this stuff. Why don't you just snap your finger and make Sonic explode? You know, and Knuckles and Tails explode.
Again, it's a kids movie, so like Dr. Robotnik's motivation isn't that great. Besides, he just wants more power and everything. So, and it's like, why?
Yeah, right.
So, and he seems pretty well off with his little drones that remind me a lot of like Spider-Man, No Way Home or whatever it was.
I was thinking the same thing when I saw those.
Or Far From Home. I can't remember which one. The second one. Yeah. So, but yeah, do you see any flaws in this movie that really held you back?
No, I mean, aside from what you and I talked about that an adult's going to catch. You know,
what do you think about the wedding scene and how that went down?
Oh, that was pretty funny. You know, I enjoyed that. That was pretty funny. But of course, you know, they gave that away, and that whole scene they gave away in the commercial, right? For it, so you kind of see that, you know, it's coming because they give it away in the commercial. But I thought it was funny the way they did it.
I mean, it's kind of super goofy, but again,
yeah, but
that's a lot with this movie.
Yeah, and it was meant to be, you know. So yeah, so I enjoyed that. That was cool. You know, watching the big avalanche come through in the middle of Hawaii. So yeah, that was good. Especially whenever you feel that dynamic between him and the sister, you know, and it's like, you know, she didn't like him already, you know. She's like, don't you dare ruin my wedding, you know. And what happens? You know, Sonic comes flying through with tails and a pile of snow, you know. So yeah, no, I enjoyed that. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
and I enjoyed the sister's character too, right? I thought she did a good job. You know, I liked her character throughout this, and you know the way she reacted when she found out that Shemar Moore wasn't who he said he was, and how pissed off she got, and how she, you know, just kind of a little bit of funny stuff in there with her. So I thought that was a good little addition too. Nice. You know, whereas other movies, you know, we've seen characters they've added, and it's like, yeah, they didn't add any value. You know, there was no value to those characters. You know, whereas this one, I thought the sister had some value. You know?
And apparently they plan on making another one because stick around for like the after credits to reveal a new villain.
Yeah, like I said,
we won't spoil that for you. If you're a big Sonic fan, it'll probably be a cool moment.
But this is where like every kid in my theater exploded. Like I said, I thought it was everybody's birthday all at the same time because everybody started cheering. Yeah, I knew he was coming. It's him. Yeah, wah!
And I will say this seems like a likely next step for them because I mean, bringing in Tails and Knuckles seemed like a good step, and where they're going for the next movie seems good as well.
So. But you know, I enjoyed this movie, man. I enjoyed it. So what are you gonna rate this?
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of torn because like I almost feel like I need to give it a rating like based on a kid's perspective and adult's perspective because I do think those are two different perspectives there. But I'm not going to cheap out and give you two ratings. I'm just going to give you one, and I'll kind of combine the two, and I'm going to give this a low 7 for me.
Low 7. I see it.
I mean, I did enjoy it, but there were some moments that I was kind of like, this is really cheesy, and I was trying to like. This is for a kid. This is not for you. But I still have to think about the enjoyment I got out of it.
Yeah. And like you said, you know, I know you said when you saw there weren't very many people in the theater. When I saw it was packed, mainly kids, and just the excitement of all these kids. I mean, these kids are talking and whispering to each other throughout the whole movie, and you can tell they're just loving it, man.
They are cool characters.
These kids are all having a great time. And the thing is, all the kids are like 10 or 11, but they know the Sonic lore, man. They're talking to characters. I mean, I'm hearing these kids talk about stuff I didn't know. And it's like, oh, okay. So I'm kind of listening to those conversations. These kids talking about different Sonic characters and stuff.
And that's weird because we grew up with it.
Yeah,
we probably didn't.
Yeah, exactly. But
of course, Sonic's always been around. But I mean,
and so that was cool for me just to have that in there and just again the nostalgia factor. Like, yeah, remember when I was a kid how much I loved Sonic and everything. So that kind of upped it for me a little bit. You know, just knowing that okay, this movie's gonna be a kids movie. And obviously, they freaking hit a home run with it because every kid in this theater just loving this movie.
Well, the first one did good.
Right.
I mean, and they made a lot of changes because Sonic looked kind of like bad initially,
first,
which was
yeah.
obviously a good change. And Sonic looks really good, I think, in this. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna give it. This would be a high 7 for me, man, because like I said, it's better than a lot of stuff we reviewed lately. You know, I think it was just more. I
enjoyed this more than Morbius. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. I had more fun watching this movie. I enjoyed sitting there, and again, I enjoyed the surroundings, man. It was kind of crazy hearing all these kids talk Sonic, man, and all the hooting and hollering, and especially like I said at the end, man, the whole dang theater just exploded in applause, and like the kids were like, yeah, you know, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So yeah, man, I'm gonna give it. This would be a high 7, you know, for me. You know, it was a good movie. I definitely recommend you check, especially if you're,
if you got kids and you want to take them to see a good movie.
Yeah.
This is a good movie.
Oh, yeah, it's one of the better kids movies that's been out in a while. Take your kids to see this movie. I mean, it was definitely well worth it. And if you're a Sonic fan, go see this movie. You know, you won't be disappointed. You know what they do with the characters. Yeah, so I definitely recommend this movie. So hey, there you have it, guys. In 2 times the speed. Hope you keep up with what we're saying here. And if you can, and we're able to, then please let us know what you think. You know, all you Sonic fans out there, let us know how you think this flew with the lore. Let us know what you think about how they did with these characters.
And let us know if like you were able to sit back and enjoy it, or like it was too unrealistic and too kiddie for you, and it just you couldn't get over it.
Right, exactly. But hey, we thank you for watching our show. We hope you enjoyed it, and please hit like and subscribe, and we will check you out our next review.
See ya. We do slow motion so it looks regular.
Micro Machines.
I think that's what they did for the Micro Machine.
Yeah,
guys,
exactly.
so.
Sped that dude up, yeah, no doubt.
And like I was a Nintendo guy too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, same here. But then when Sega came out, I got the Genesis. You know, I got the Sega Genesis, so I had the Sonic Man, I had the original Mortal Kombat.
We gotta like, and we can do a slow mo. Like, you're like, move slow. How does that work?
I can dodge the bullets.
Literally, you doing, Billy? Miles per hour. He's a fox. Dun, 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 dun. He's evil.
Beady little hedgehog gonna keep you getting him in.
You know who's in this?
Sonic, man.
Sonic himself.
Sonic in this. Got Tails. Freaking. Oh yeah, Shemar. Remember Shemar Moore was in it too. Yeah, he was always in all the soap opera.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, he's Mr. Soap Opera Man.
Mr. Soap. Mr. Soap. Wait, I like watching videos. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're back.
Some Sonic 2. You know what's funny about this?
We're not back yet. I'm trying to get my